all anxious to see exactly what she's going to do next. But you know,
We see what she's done in Alaska. She did a good job in Alaska.
well, she did a good job in Alaska. I wish she had finished her term. I was just thinking. Yes, sir. Right here at Coppell Tea Party.
That's great, and I'm proud of
I
it.
called your wife a judge a little while ago. It's because she reminds me of Mary Mosley, the judge, the municipal judge over in Coppell. I'm sorry.
I just wanted to mention one thing to the people, and this is
Put the mic back your mouth.
I'm not used to these darn things. It's bad enough the one I'm not used to these things. I don't even like the one on the cell phone. Anyway, I used to be involved with United Way, and back then there was a lot of people that didn't have insurance and things like that. And there was a bill that's been passed. I don't know, maybe you guys will remember it. But back in the 20s, the government gave a lot of hospitals money, millions and millions of dollars. And then what happened is they came back and they had a plan that they were going to pay that money back to the government. But the government said, no, here's what you're going to have to do. They have a thing called a Hill-Burton law. And if you go to the hospitals that have their room where they got their plaques and all that garbage, you look for that Hill-Burton law, and those hospitals have to pay people free health care. And that health care is in millions and millions of dollars. And it's perpetual. It's forever. And you go check it and look it up, or look up the Hill-Burton law on Google or something like that. You'll be astonished of what you can get out of that. Now that's just one thing. Now, I have a major concern.
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna Google that.
Okay. I have a major concern. I agree with most everything that everybody's saying here, but I go to a different drummer. I think
What's the case?
I think Obama is trying to rile the people up so much that they don't know where the heck they're coming from. I mean, he keeps throwing stuff at us. Quite frankly, he doesn't even have a birth certificate for the United States, but he still is the president. But, irregardless, but the problem is, I think, we got the Chinese here, we got the Indians here, we got the Germans here buying everything they can buy. I think the monies that's going out of this country so fast, I don't know, I'd say we're probably up around 10, 12, 13 trillion dollars of properties and everything. What I think is going to happen, I hope I'm wrong, God knows I hope I'm wrong. I think we're going to be so discouraged, the money's going to be devaluated so far, there's not going to be any money in the coffer, nobody's going to be able to pay anything off, and they're going to sell the country out from underneath us to the biggest bidders. And I think China is going to be in charge. They have 200 million soldiers in China waiting for the word to be deployed. I hope that happens.
Everybody that hopes he's wrong, raise your hand.
I hope I'm wrong too.
Thank you.
That's where I think it's at.
Yes, ma'am. Back here.
Thank you very much. You know, I've never been to one of these things before, and I hope you are right when you say that America has woke up and that August of 2009 will be the month that is remembered as when America rises up. What I'm scared of is that the people in Washington are not listening to us. You know, we're rising up, we're speaking our minds, we're being put down for speaking our minds, we're being called names for speaking our minds, and it really concerns me. This really scares me. They talk about scare tactics. They're the ones that are scaring me, the people in Washington. So a couple of quick, that's just a little commentary, but a couple of things. Early on, I think somebody asked you about whether or not there was a constitutional area, whatever, mandate, whatever, that allowed the people in Washington to step into medical care or step into this or step into that, and you cited there really isn't. So if there really isn't, why are they allowed to do it, number one? And number two, real quickly, we elect representatives to go to Washington to represent us, which you do so well, and I thank you for it. However, we don't elect staff or lobbyists or whatever to write these bills.
That's right.
For goodness sakes, the people we elect ought to be writing these bills.
I really agree with you. That's that was a great comment. I really appreciate that.